Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Queen of Fertility 33 and I'm here with some articles that I don't found, okay? If you've been subscribed to my first channel, Demon Slayer 33, I was talking about something that hit me. So let's begin. We were talking about Queen Sheba. She also go by another name, Queen Sheba, which is Shanice's kingdom. Okay, Shaniqua, okay? This is how Queen Sheba looks. Okay. But she do go by another name, which is Queen Makeda. And this is how she looked when she like black or whatever. They made her black, okay? They created her black, okay, at the arts, okay? They still look alike, and y'all know Shanice, she runs Africa, so they call her the full name of the Ethiopians, Ethiopian, Queen, the wife of King Solomon of Judah, which is Michael, okay? So let's begin. Okay, right here. I'm gonna read both of them, okay? In 1960, before Christ, BC, the nation that is now called Ethiopia came back upon the center of the stage of history. Ethiopia was then represented by a queen who in some books is referred to as Makeda, Makeda. She is better known to the world as the Queen of Sheba. In his book, World's Great Men of Color, J.A. Rogers gives this description. Out of the midst of 3,000 years emerged this beautiful story of a black queen who was attracted by the fame of a Judean Marshina, made a long journey to see him. Okay? Makeda, according to lore and legend, is the mysterious and majestic queen of Sheba and the beloved of King Solomon of Judea. However, according to the Old Testament, she's portrayed as a Shasti, an unnamed queen of the land of Sheba. Cause y'all don't know nothing about her. If y'all know. Heard of the great wisdom of King Solomon of Israel. Cause she killed his daughter. Okay. I know he's my daughter though, but I'm talking just like this for right now. That's what they want me to do. Not them. Most High and the key and all them, okay? King of Solomon in Israel and journeyed there with gifts of spices, gold, precious stones, and beautiful wood, and to test him with questions, as recorded in 1 Kings 10:1-13 to Chronicles 9:1-12. Okay? This is another picture. You see how he's scared of her in this picture? Which I'm going to throw away the stuff that she delivered to him. It is related further that the queen was awed by Solomon's great wisdom and wealth, and pronounced a blessing on Solomon's deity. Solomon recooperated with gifts and everything she desired, whereupon the queen returned to her country. Makeda was apparently quite rich, however, as she brought 4.5 tons of gold with her to give to Solomon, 1 Kings 10:10. This is called the Ethiopia land. Kind of like to kind of, how they do it. There is no hint of love or sexual attraction between Solomon and the Queen of Sheba. The two were depicted merely as fellow monarchs engaged in the affairs of state. Note that the Songs of Solomon, the shortest book in the Bible with only 117 verses, are among the most beautiful odes to love between a man and a woman ever written. Makeda's name is never mentioned, okay? It's another picture of them. Look like he in there with him and her. Together they had a son, Menelik I, which is Ken, who will become the first emperor of Ethiopia. He looks just like his daddy. Based on the text, the Kebra Nagas, a royal chronicle compiled in Abyssinia in the 14th century, this ancestry re-established the Solomonic line. In 1270, with Emperor Lunuku's declaration to be the lineal descent, Menelik or succeeding Ethiopian rulers confirmed they had full filler and ruling rights by birth to Yuko Amlak, and by that means to King Solomon and Queen Makeda. Oh yeah, Ethiopian is also something we lose in medical school. It's called an Ethiopian pregnancy, where the baby goes in your fallopian tubes, okay? And you have to have an abortion to get it out, or you got that Ethiopia pregnancy through an abortion. Kia was an abortion, okay? If you're talking spiritually, okay? An abortion spiritually means murder of a child, okay? Alive or not. I mean, like baby or grown. In many versions of the Old Testament and its subsequent art, Queen Makeda was whitewashed. She was a beautiful, powerful black woman who converted to Judaism out of love, and traditional Western culture have never acknowledged this. See, she wants to be me. It is also believed that one of the 10 lost tribes of Israel, or the Falashis, a group of Ethiopian Jews who live today as in biblical times. Okay? Um, Perfumer Shelley Watterson is the first to name a fragrance after Makeda. This perfume naturally evokes the love between King Solomon and Makeda. The fragrance is hand blended as in the days of old of Makeda's heart of jasmine sambac, base of odie, and cedarwood. The beams of our house of cedar, King James 117, clearly evokes the passion, sexuality, and royalties of a noble namesake, okay? So this is also about Queen Makeda, okay? She was Queen Sheba, then she went. The past life, she was Queen Sheba. This life, she is Queen Makeda. Now I'm finna read about her as the Queen of Sheba, okay? Is a figure first mentioned in the Hebrew Bible. In the original story, she brings a caravan of valuable gifts for the Israelite King Solomon. This account has undergone intensive Jewish, Islamic, Limite, and Ethiopian elaborations, and it has become the subject of one of the most widespread and fertile cycles of legends in Asia and Africa. Okay, another picture. Okay. Whose names is not stated, came to Jerusalem with a very great routine with camels bearing spices and very much gold and precious stones. 1 Kings 10:2. Never again came such an abundance of spices. 10:10, 2 Chronicles 9:1-9. As though she gave to Solomon, she came to prove him with hard questions, which Solomon answered to her satisfaction. They exchanged gifts, after which she returned to her land. The lose of the tongue, Hiddah or Wilders, 1 Kings 10:1, and a raven loanword whose shape points to a sound shift no earlier than a 6th century before Christ BC, indicates a late origin of the text. Since there is no mention of the fall of Babylon in 539, see, y'all thinking she y'all age or whatever, whoever that, I'm just saying. Let me get them out of here, okay? Modern notes had held that the books of Kings received a definite redaction around 550 BC. Okay, Sheba was quite well known in the classical world. Okay, this is the classical world, and this country was called Arabia Felix. Okay, a flix. Okay, Aber. Look, Bin Laden kind of own it too. As well. The dude. Okay, they reported Eagle Reed, light skinned motherfucker. Around the mid-first million BC, there were Sabines also in Ethiopia and Eritrea, in the area that later became the realm of Aksum. There are 5 places in the Bible where the writer distinguished Sheba: the Lenite Sabines from Sheba, the African Sabines in Psalm 72:10, which is the people too that keep shapeshifting to me and doing me like that, or all her assassins. If y'all her assassins or whatever, y'all part of y'all spy. If y'all doing shit for the bitch, cause you get a check from her, okay? Y'all or her African Sabines. In Psalm 72:10, they are mentioned together. The kings of Sheba and Sheba shall offer gifts. The spelling definition, however, may be purely fatuous. The Indonesian, remember, in this life she was buried in a Indian burial ground. They are called indigenous. Inscriptions makes no such difference, and both Yemites and African Sabines are there spelled the exact same way. Although there are still no inscriptions found from South Arabia that furnish evidence for the Queen of Sheba herself. So Sheba, sheep, she a sheep. South Arabian inscription do mention a South Arabian queen. And in the Northern Arabia Assyrian inscriptions repeatedly mention Arab queens. Furthermore, Sabine tribes knew the title of Makeda, which is a high office, Makeda or Makuda, the personal name of the queen in Abdiya legend, might be interpreted as a popular rendering of the title Mata, which is something in Africa, Mqtwit. The title may be derived from ancient Egyptian. Remember, I'm an Egyptian. Okay, I'm a black Egyptian. Okay, so remember when they did my first daughter like that, they also got something from my lineage, from my stuff, which stand for protectress and housewife. The queen's visit could have been a trade mission. Early South Arabian trade with mustard involving wood and spices transported by camels and attested in the early 9th century BC. Okay, I was gonna say this year too, but oh well. No, that's just my birthday. And may have begun at early at the 10th. Bible stories of the Queen of Sheba and the ships of Opal serves at a basis for legends about the Israelites traveling in the Queen of Sheba's entourage when she returned to her country to bring up her child by Solomon. Okay, yeah, she even owns Michael. Okay, oh yeah, basically what that means if your family was born before 95 or whatever, and you roll with this, with the Bible or whatever, Christianity, that means, yeah, like, y'all left y'all Israelites heritage or some shit like that. Okay. Christian scriptures mention a queen of the south who came from the uttermost parts of the earth for the extremities of the then known world to hear the wisdom of Solomon. Matthew 12:42, Luke 11:31. The mystical interpretation of the Song of Songs was felt as supplying a literal basis for the speculation of the allegorist makes its first appearance in Origen, who wrote a voluminous commentary on the Song of Songs. In his commentary, Origen identified the bride of the Song of Songs with the Queen of the South of the Gospels, which is the Queen of Sheba, who is assumed to have been Ethiopian. Others have proposed either the marriage of Solomon with the Pharaoh's daughter or his marriage with an Israelite woman, the Shulamite. The former was the first opinion of the mystic interpoled to the end of the 18th century. The latter has attained since the introduction by Good. The bride of the Canaanites is soon to have been black due to a passage in Song of Songs 1:5, which the Revised Standard Version 1952 translates as I am very dark but comely, as does Jerome, Latin, Nigel's son, said Formosa, while the New Revised Standard Version 1989 has I am black and beautiful, as the Septuagint, ancient Greek. One legend has it that the Queen of Sheba brought Solomon the same gifts that the Magi later gave to Jesus. During the Middle Ages, Christians sometimes identified the Queen of Sheba with the Saba. The story of Solomon and the Queen was popular among Copts, as shown by fragments of Coptic legend preserved in Berlin papyrus. The Queen had been subdued by the Sith, give Solomon a pillar on which all earthly science is inscribed. Solomon, see, Solomon sends one of his demons to fetch the pillar from Ethiopia when she instantly arrives. In a Coptic poem, Queen Sheba of Cush as widows of Solomon. The most extensive version of the legend appeared in the Kebra Nagas, Glory of the Kings, the Ethiopian national saga, translated from Arabic in 1322. Here, Melika first is the child of Solomon and Makeda, the Ethiopian name for the Queen of Sheba. Oh, so Queen Makeda is actually Kia, and Queen Sheba is Shanice. So you see what they saying? It's saying because she owns Kia now for what she did. Okay, read again for you. Here now Malika is Ken or whoever the boy is. Okay. Here Manilik, yeah, okay. Or you could buy her Indian kids said no. Here Manilik the first is the child of Solomon, and Makeda, the Ethiopic name for the Queen of Sheba. She is the child of the man who destroys the legendary Snake King Ari, which is James, okay? Remember Michael became my protector? But he had to pay James some money, or he had to beat him up. He had to pay James some money, then beat him up. Okay? Just to get me back in the family. Okay? Okay? From whom the Ethiopian dynasty claims descent to the present day, while the Asabian story offers much greater details. It omits any mention of the queen's hairy legs or any other element. See, they saying they calling her a monkey. Okay, they trying to tell y'all she was an animal before. I'm not trying to be racist or nothing. Okay, thank you. How am gonna be racist? Or any other element that might reflect on her unfavorably. Based on the Gospel of Matthew 12:42 and Luke 11:31, the Queen of South is claimed to be the Queen of Ethiopia. Y'all ain't do that shit in school. Don't do that shit around here. In those times, King Solomon sought merchants from all over the world in order to buy materials for the building of the temple. Among them was Tamarin, great merchant of Queen Makeda of Ethiopia. Having returned to Ethiopia, Tamarin told the queen of the wonderful things he had seen in Jerusalem and of Solomon's wisdom and generosity, whereupon she decided to visit Solomon. She was warmly welcomed, given a palace for dwelling, and received great gifts every day. Solomon and Makeda spoke with great wisdom and instructed by him, which is like, I'm hearing my mama tell me that when she got my bodysuit just to get a message or something like that. Before she left, there was a great feast in the king's palace. Makeda stayed in the palace overnight after Solomon had sworn that he would not do her any harm, while she swore in return that she would not steal from him. As the meals had been spicy, Makeda arose thirsty at night and went to drink some water, when Solomon appeared reminding her of her oath. She answered, "In all your oath, just let me drink water." That same night, Solomon had a dream about the sun rising over Israel, but being mistreated and despised by the Jews. The sun moved to shine over Ethiopia and Rome. Solomon gave Makeda a ring as a token of faith, and then she left. Okay? Michael did give me a ring, okay? But it said he gave it to Makeda, though. On her way home, she gave birth to a son whom she named Bani Lakim, who I did. Okay, so they trying to tell me I am Kia Mama. Okay? Son of the wise men, later called Menleke, and the boy had grown up in Ethiopia. Who he went to Jerusalem carrying the ring and was received with great honors. The king and the people tried in vain to persuade him to stay. Solomon gathered his nobles and announced that he would send his firstborn son to Ethiopia together with their firstborns. He added that he was expecting a third son who would marry the king of Rome's daughter and reign over Rome for the entire world will be ruled by David's descendants. Okay. The firstborn nobles who followed him are named, and even today, some Ethiopian families claim their ancestry from them. Prior to leaving, the priest's son had stolen the Ark of the Covenant after their leader Isaiah had offered a sacrifice as commanded by one God's angel, which much rarely the procession left Jerusalem on a wind cart led and carried by the archangel Michael. Having arrived at the Red Sea, Isaiah revealed to the people that the ark is with them. See, Shanice told y'all, whoever they're listening to the contest. Shanice told y'all that he was hers. Remember that? Okay, remember that shit. In my fucking break codes, okay? Well, I'm a theologist. Got a degree. David prayed to the ark, and the people rejoiced, singing, dancing, blowing horns. Now, remember I told you David is the video. It videos. Break it down. The video, okay? So the video will show y'all everything. So y'all want to watch it, y'all can. I mean, I ain't tripping. I would let y'all watch the DVD if y'all want to watch the DVD. Okay? You probably already have, to be honest. David prayed to the ark, and the people rejoiced, singing, dancing, blowing horns and flutes and beating drums. The ark showed its malarious powers during the crossing of the stormy sea, and all arrived unscattered. See? The video gonna show y'all everything, so keep touching me. So I'm gonna watch. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and let them see the video so they can stop touching on me, stop beating me up and raping me and all that bullshit, trying to sell me to people and shit. Okay, the video will tell you everything you need to know. That means if you watch the tape or you see the picture or whatever, that means don't touch me, don't come at me. Okay, whatever though. Okay, maybe they're talking about her or some shit. Yeah, they just said yeah, okay. When Solomon learned that the ark has been stolen, he sent a horseman after the thieves and even gave chase himself, but neither could catch them. See? But it said Solomon though. But, okay. Solomon returned to Jerusalem and gave orders to the priests to remain silent about the theft and to place a copy of the ark in the temple, Arkansas, in the temple, so that the foreign nations could not say that Israel had lost its fame. Y'all really don't want Shanice to lose her credits up here in these streets. You hear me? According to some sources, Queen Makeda was part of the dynasty founded by Bezi Angor in 1370 BC. Okay? The family's intended choice to rule Aksum was Makeda's brother, Prince Norad, but his early death led to his succession to the throne. See, Ken did get shot up, but he survived and came back. She apparently ruled the Ethiopian kingdom for more than 50 years. In 1922, see 50, just 5, okay? So 2021. The 1922 regional list of Ethiopia claims that Makeda reigned from 1013 to 982 BC, with dates following the Ethiopian calendar. I'm gonna look at it later. I'm gonna click on it. I can't read that. Never mind, I'm gonna read it later. In the Ethiopian Book of Aksum, Makeda is described as establishing a new capital city at Ezeba. Okay, Makeda is a corruption of Candace, the name or title of several Ethiopian queens from Miro or Sheba. Candace was the name of the queens of the Ethiopians whose Chamberlain were converted to Christianity under the preaching of the Philip the Evangelist, Acts 8:22. Ethiopian version of the Alexander Romance, Alexander the Great of Macedonia, is said to have met a queen Candace in Nubia. Historians believe that the Ptolemaic dynasty actually began in Frail 70 with the Emperor Yukon Ablak, who with the support of the Ethiopian Church overthrew the Zagreb dynasty, which had ruled Ethiopia since sometime during the 10th century. The link to King Solomon provided a strong foundation. See, the link. Y'all should know who his baby mama is, okay? Besides Jasmine. But But Shanice said it was her baby, and Jasmine said it was not her baby. But I mean, the link. Y'all know everything else about me. Y'all should know that. No, you don't. The link to King Solomon provided a strong foundation for the Ethiopian national unity. Right? Ethiopians see their country as God's chosen country, the final resting place that he chose for the ark. And Sheba and her son were the means by which she came there. Remember, she called Kia her son. Okay? Because they said she said my daughter like a boy. Despite the fact that the dynasty officially ended in 1769, I was born in 69. I represent 69. Okay? With ample, and I ain't talking about that. 69 mean the both worlds, okay? With ample only, Ethiopian rulers continue to trace. I mean, I became a political leader in 1969, okay? As a Black Panther. Okay, that's why I represent 69. Why I say I was born in 69, because I became a member of the Black Panthers with my family. Okay, with Emperor Oyas, Ethiopian rulers continue to trace their connection to it right up to the last century emperor, Haile Selassie. Okay, well, that's all you really know about her. Okay, you know, I'm gonna put these two pictures in there. Okay, let me see. Who is Queen Makeda in the Bible? The epic tale of the origins of Ethiopia introduced the Queen of Sheba, here known as Makeda, and her son by Solomon in no less than 74 chapters. 8, 9, 10, 11, 11. Remember I told you Kia was 11. Makeda is a philosophical queen who travels to meet Solomon in pursuit of wisdom. Killing Kia gonna give her some wisdom. Didn't I tell y'all that? Okay, so that's what I need to know about her. Also, I'm gonna show y'all this. Now, when she did that to Kia, Gina did give her props. She got this. This is her picture. Cause remember, she's supposed to really start running in 2023. Okay, she's supposed to be running, but something regarding 23 is significant. Okay, remember when she was Shaniqua, she got killed in 2003 by her. Okay, but this shit is 2023, and it's some wild shit that been happening to me. Okay, so Gina dedicated this shit to her. This is how she see Shanice. That's y'all leader though. Okay, know that. Yeah. Her best pal. Okay. So I hope y'all enjoy my piece.